Okay, so could you introduce yourself, your name, your age, your occupation?
Hi, my name is Jasper Jackson, I'm 25, I'm a journalism student at the City, and I also blog about protests, which is why I'm here today.
And what's happening today?
UK Uncut, a group that's protest against cuts and tax avoidance by large corporations, are targeting a NatWest branch on Regent Street. They're also targeting a number of other bank branches of RBS and NatWest around London, UK, and there are also actually events going on in the US today for the first time.
And how long has this sort of protest been going on for?
Since the end of October, the first one targeted a Vodafone store just down near Bond Street, further down Oxford Street. And it's basically sort of gathered pace since then.
And what are you planning to do today?
My intention was to turn up, sneak my way into the NatWest, hopefully without getting seen, without getting kicked out. Wait until it all kicked off because they were planning a flash mob, they were planning a teach-in. From then on in I'd take photographs and send Twitter messages. I'd also film some of the events, talk to some of the people involved, try and pick out what's different from previous protests, because obviously we've been doing these very regularly, and then eventually go home and write something up, along with my partner in crime on the blog, who is currently just finishing off at another protest in Camden.
And can I see the tools of your trade? Can you show them to the camera?
Well, this is the obvious one. It's an iPhone 4, basically for Twitter, both for monitoring and for broadcasting. Obviously take photos on it. It's got a relatively good camera which you put out on Twitter because they get some of the best coverage from other people. The other thing I have is a Panasonic SD700 camera. Relatively common HD camera, good quality, very useful for this kind of thing, and small enough to put in my pocket so that security guards don't generally tend to notice it the first time round. Other than that, I've got a notebook, the classic journalistic tool, and that's pretty much it.
Can we look at your notebook? Yes,
it has. So I find out I don't have it with me. Battered as every good one should be.
Excellent. And what are you trying to achieve today as a journalist?
I've actually got sort of a number of overlapping aims, basically. The first one is obviously just to cover the event itself, to get people talking about these particular events, because I think they're important and an interesting phenomenon, to try and build up a reputation for covering protests in London. Obviously build traffic to the blog I run, and then overlapping that is a longer term project about the way in which these protests are dealt with by security, which is a long term goal for me.
Well, what about today, Saturday the 26th of February? What are you trying to achieve, Jasper Jackson?
I'm basically just trying to be a witness to what's going on. There'll be a fair few others, and trying to get a different take, trying to use my expertise on these things to give hopefully a slightly different angle from the rest of the press.
And do you anticipate any problems happening today?
Well, so far we've already got one, which is that the NatWest have decided to close their branch in NatWest, and there are just lots of rather bedraggled protesters standing outside. That probably isn't a problem, because what they will inevitably do is go and find somewhere else to target. Other than that, the problems will be just following them around in the rain, trying not to get my equipment wet, and keeping up with them a lot of the time is a problem. But other than that, it should be fine.
And how many people do you anticipate turning out today?
Well, having done a quick pass-by of the branch, there only appear to be about 20 there at the moment. I would guess, going by previous figures, but also taking account of the rain, I would say at least 40 on Regent Street. That's a mediocre turnout for UK Uncut. But always remember there are many more people spread out around the rest of London.
Excellent. Final question. Do you anticipate that I am going to be a burden to you as I follow you around documenting your every move?
No, because I'll just be running around and probably not worrying too much about where you are.
Okay. Thank you, Jasper.
No worries.